Good morning, YouTubers. Welcome back to another episode of Corradetti Motorsports. In this episode, on Feature Fridays, I'm going to show you the new feature that I'm going to be adding to the truck. It's not installed on yet, but it will be later today. We'll do a bit of a little quick recap because I'm not electrical, so my brother, who is going to complete this job. So what is that job? Well, it's a small little mod to make vehicles safer on the road during low lighting, fog, and snow wintry conditions. And that has to do with the rear fog light. Yep, this is what it is. So it's kind of just mounted there just for your viewing pleasure. It might not be exact same spot, but that's all that is. It's just basically a rear light that is going to be eliminated, like a permanent brake light. And that's going to be only on during very foggy, low lighting conditions, winter storm conditions. So the person in back of you has a better chance to see you going through the fog or through that smoke screen. And yeah, it does affect, braking and other vehicle activities when they're coming up behind you pretty quickly. So they can see you a few seconds before they actually come up upon you. The idea is to hang a light as low as possible. So the lower the light, the better illumination it is through the fog rather than up high. Some vehicles do come standard with it, like Volvos, and I know Subaru's pretty big on it. So we'll see how this mod will go. Again, it's going to be a custom nice job. I got the switch on the dashboard is going to look factory. So I'm going to go down to the dealership now, get the rest of the parts, and so guys, let's hit the road and we will go and have a little discussion on what Feature Friday means for the 2019 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro and that really poppin' awesome voodoo blue. Well, what's up, everybody? How did it on to work on this rainy day? It is kind of be crappy summer so far. A lot of rain, a lot of water, especially out on the trails when I go off-roading. And that's where I'm kind of looking at making some better modifications to my truck. A lot of guys, they accessorize from bumper to bumper, up and down, in between. But the Toyota Tacoma Pro, in my opinion, is, I don't have to do anything to it. Not for what my requirements are going to be. I mean, down the road, yeah, sure, I might upgrade the wheels and tires and, maybe put a winch bumper on with a winch, depending on how much off-roading I'm going to actually take this on. But for the most part, I'm just going to enjoy this truck, its features, for the time being. So that brings me to what I'm going to be calling is Feature Fridays. And Feature Fridays is going to be basically the features of the truck. I'm going to show you what they are, what the acronyms mean, and more importantly, how do they work and how do they function with the truck. So I'll do a little bit of a test on it. So the only other modification that I'm making right at this point in time for the truck is I have a CB radio, which I'll go over. I have a safety pack and everything, which I did a video on it. That's not released as of yet. And then we're going to add that rear fog light. And like I said, that's a safety feature that I feel is very important, especially where I live in the rural parts of Alberta, where low lighting conditions and winter time is really problematic, especially when you get transport trucks driving by and you're lost in this big cloud of dust. The vehicles coming up behind you can't really see you until it's too late. And just leaving your park lights on or your running lights on from the rear point of view isn't strong enough light. So basically this fog light is like a permanent brake light that stays on when you activate the switch. So you want to be careful how you want to put that on. You might want to make sure that it is low lighting conditions, fog, heavy snow, heavy rain, stuff like that. Anything else, it could bother the driver following behind. So that's kind of where I'm going with this one. But yeah, so I head on to work. We'll show a little bit of the job, how it's going to be done, how it's going to be ran, and then we'll show you some functions. Unless it gets really bad today, I really won't be able to display how effective it is. But rest assured, when the fog and the bad weather comes in, I'll be doing some test videos and showing you some of the safety features on having just some simple modifications can make your vehicle a better vehicle all around. So guys, stay tuned, and we'll catch you in a few minutes in the shop. Guys, we're here in the garage right now, and we're just unloading all the equipment and looking over the schematics so we can hook up the wires properly. So this is basically what the setup's going to be. Of course, we got our paperwork to properly hook up the wire. We've got the rear fog light right there, and then we've got the switch, and it's being prepped for wiring. So yeah, guys, we're going to continue on with the install, make sure everything is done properly, secured, and it works. Again, we'll be able to show you the light as it's after the install, but we won't be able to show you the effectiveness until it gets foggy outside or a lot of snow. So guys, keep on. We'll keep the video rolling as we go through the progress of the installation of the rear fog light on my 2019 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. Well guys, we're still at it, and so if you really want to do a professional install job, basically I have the factory light switch in there. Now that switch is basically your high beam switch or your auto headlight switch. I bought another one at the dealer. I want this thing to maintain a factory stock appearance just like it would have been built by Toyota. So the only thing we had to add on there was a relay, and this is the relay that we're adding to it, so it'll illuminate and it'll go in concert with the rest of the light switches. You can do an easier job, just a simple toggle switch, but I wanted to make this thing look very professional and very high quality, so when people do view the truck that they know it was done by a professional installer. So yeah, we're going to continue on with the addition, and we'll just keep plugging through. And once we're done this one, then we'll show you the next step, and then hopefully by that time it'll be done. I'll show you what it looks like on the vehicle. Okay guys, stay tuned for the next little bit. Okay guys, we're at the last step here, just doing the actual light itself, mounting the lamp to the rear bumper, and we're going to hang it as low as possible. I still want to be able to off-road. We'll see if this becomes an issue. If not, it's just a housing, and we might be able to re-engineer it if we run into any problems. But so far, I don't think this is going to be an issue. So we got the wire there, and we got the lamp itself. Once we hook it up, we'll be able to give it a test run and see how she looks. Well everybody, welcome back for the final and unveiling of the showing of the rear fog light. It's finished, it's installed, it looks great. Definitely going to be taking it out and testing it in its adverse conditions, adversity in conditions of the fog and the low lighting of the snow. So yeah, I'm really excited to the way it looks. The only thing I am going to do is I'm going to add another one on the opposite side of the bumper to complete the look. Originally, I was just going to add one with the Subaru BRZ and the Toyota 86 there in the center, right at the bottom, in the middle of the bumper. Some vehicle manufacturers do put one off to one each side, just so you don't mistake it for brake lights, but I think this will complement it if I do a dual system. So anyway, here's the way she looks with it on. So again, might not look like much for now, but that light might be just enough to cut through the fog and give the drivers who are coming up behind me a lot better visibility. So anyway, I'm going to show you the inside of the vehicle as well and show you the custom job that was done and how good it looks. So this looks 100% factory. So as you can tell, here we go. Factory light is there, illuminated by the brake light switch, and it is even illuminated. So if I turn my lights on, it illuminates with the rest of the lighting system, so it looks all factory. What an amazing job my brother done. Very happy with the outcome. And yeah guys, we'll go show you a demonstration as soon as the weather allows us to do it. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned into the next episode when we cover Feature Friday of my other edition that I put in, which is my Uniden CB radio for off-roading purposes. I'll show you why I run a CB radio still. So guys, have a good one. Tune in, hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Corradetti Motorsports. Stay tuned.